today, as I'm reading the numbers and I'm reading the stories, there was this moment where I was like, I think Michael might be right.
Yeah.
Okay? And here's what was Michael's theory that he's talked about on the current show a lot, which is it's actually worse for Mitt Romney if Newt Gingrich and Santorum stay in the race. Because they're going to suck up a lot of delegates. Yeah. And if it's just Romney versus X, that Romney may be able to gather more delegates to his side, whether that puts him over the top or not, maybe puts him in a better leverage position, et cetera. But if it's a three-way race, yes, the other guys are not going to overtake Mitt Romney, but they're going to have so many delegates that it's going to lead to a contested convention, and then it's going to be a mess.
It will be a mess, and it will prevent Mitt Romney, which is certainly what Newt Gingrich wants to do, prevent Mitt Romney from being the nominee, and probably, well, you know, day to day, Rick Santorum. Although Rick Santorum, you get the feeling that if it comes down to it, he's going to say, "All right, I'm with you, Mitt." You know.
You know what? I have an addition, a corollary to the Michael Shure theory.
Bring it.
On the three people staying in the race. Well, four if you count Ron Paul, which is that. What if they go to the convention and Romney has the most amount of delegates, but Gingrich and Santorum can block him with their delegates? You put Santorum and Gingrich together, they're the ticket, and Romney's out of luck.
Here is in the.
Think about it.
Let me just tell you, I'm going to make a list of one thing that will not happen at the Republican convention. You remember? You ready for it?
Yes.
It is that Gingrich and Santorum are the ticket, and Romney's out of luck.
Okay, you're saying no way then.
0.0% chance. You cannot go to the convention with more delegates than anyone and not even be on the ticket at all. It just won't happen.
Why not? Why, if they have more combined delegates than Romney does, why don't they go in the form of president, in the form of vice president? Here we go.
No, you create a Gingrich-Santorum divorce at the convention, and Rick Santorum is either a power broker or becomes the vice presidential candidate. I mean, that's the only way. That's the only way it happens.
Okay. Rick Santorum and Newt Gingrich on one ticket would be devastatingly bad for the GOP.
Oh my God, it would be horrible. It would just be horrible.
One of the worst presidential tickets we have seen in the history of the country.
I wonder how many states they would win. I mean, I think they would probably win still.
Of course.
A smattering of states. But
no, unquestionably would win South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, etc.
Yeah, I have, not unquestionably, but in some of those, Alabama, Mississippi, certainly Utah, certainly Oklahoma. I mean, the Mid-South is theirs. Certainly, you know, Wyoming and Kansas. But there's no swing state, not one swing state. And today, Rasmussen also did a poll of all the swing states and shows Obama versus Romney, Obama ahead by 4 points on a swing state poll combined, which I thought was interesting. And that's really good news for the president.
Right. And then coming back originally to my revelation this morning as I'm reading this stuff, it's like, wow, Gingrich is making such a strong showing in Alabama and Mississippi. I thought there was some chance after Super Tuesday that he was going to fade because he only won Georgia, his home state on Super Tuesday. But if Gingrich makes a comeback and he pulls out at least Alabama or Mississippi, or if he pulls out both, then my God, we have such a protracted four-way race because Ron Paul never drops out under any scenario, that it goes on forever. And then if that's the case, and now all of a sudden Gingrich has all these delegates, I think Mitt Romney can't collect enough delegates to win the thing outright.
Well, I mean, that's what they're afraid of. That's what the Romney people are afraid of. That's what the sort of establishment Republicans are afraid of, is that they're not going to have a nominee by the time they get to Tampa. And that would make Newt so happy. It would make Rick pretty happy. And it would be a devastating blow to the party unless they get their, you know, knight in shining armor out of Tampa.
This is a wonderful mess for the GOP. Look, I got mixed feelings on Obama. We shared it all the time. I don't have mixed feelings on the GOP. They're horrible, and I am ecstatic to see this happening to them.
And they deserve it. I mean,
it couldn't happen to a worse party.
And to see their front runner, the victim of obstruction, is beautiful because they are the party of obstruction. To see it happening is fantastic.